Welcome back to today's video where I want to help you understand composition for your dog photography. What is composition? Well, in photography we have what's called the rule of thirds, and the rule of thirds is when you section an image into 9 squares like you can see on the screen here, and what you want to try and do is to put your subject onto one of the 4 intersection points, and by doing that straight away that's going to make your image look a little bit stronger. So how do we know which side of the screen or where we need to put our subject? Well, as a general rule, we want to put our subject on the opposite side of where they're looking. So let me explain. So take this image of Murphy. He's standing on the rock on one side of the image, and then he's looking across the image to the other side. So that's giving him somewhere to look, and even though it's an image, it would be giving him somewhere to move into if he was to move, and it just makes the image look a little bit more balanced and a little bit more pleasing to look at. So if we take this image of Murphy on the sofa, I've purposely framed it this way so his face is right up against the frame, and it looks strange and it feels strange because he has nowhere to look, and he also feels like he has nowhere to breathe. Whereas if I get him to turn his head, now he's facing the other way, he has somewhere to look into or move into, so it makes the image just feel and look more natural. So remember, whichever way your subject is facing, try and move the camera so they have more room to look into or to move into. Now, with all that being said, I'm now going to tell you to center your subject. And now you're asking what on earth is going on here. So as a general rule, if your subject is facing forwards or moving forwards, you want to center your subject. It just makes the image look stronger, because if, like I'm to the side of the screen now, if I'm facing forwards, all this here just doesn't look right. The image looks too heavy on this side. Whereas if I move to the center of the image, because I'm facing forwards, that then allows me to get away with centering my subject. And you're probably asking, well, Chris, why are you on the side of the screen now, even though you're facing forwards? Well, this allows me to add any texts or anything like that if I wanted to. And I just think it gives a little bit of depth to the image because you can see the computer screen. So it just adds a little bit of depth to this setup that I've got going on here. And another time that you can center your subject is when you're shooting a portrait of your dog. So if your dog's facing forwards, what you want to try and do is keep everything symmetrical. I'll show you a few images here. And also what you want to try and do is put your dog's eyes on the top 3rd line. It's just going to make the image a lot more stronger that way. Another time you can center your subject is if you were using something like a leading line. So if you had a path that leads straight down the center of the image and your subject is at the end of it, that's another time that you can center your subject. And what is a leading line? If you look at this image here of the fence panel that I've got, that's leading the viewer or leading you towards Murphy, which then makes him stand out. Also, other ways that you can make your subject stand out is by framing your subject. So if you had an archway, you could put your subject in the center of the arch, and then that's going to draw the viewer into your subject. Or like in this image I have of Murphy where he stood on the log, I used the branches to guide you towards Murphy, which makes him stand out, and it just helps him stand out. Now, with all that being said, photography is an art, and these are just, instead of seeing them as rules, try and see them as a guide. Yes, it helps if you can put your subject in the right place. I wouldn't want to take a photograph of me facing this way because it just wouldn't look right. However, if you feel that that looks right to you, then that's okay, because photography is an art and it's down to the creator of how something looks. So take this image I took of Murphy, and it's kind of not right when it comes to cropping an image. However, I like it and I feel like it works, so that to me is okay. Again, so try and see these as more of a guide than a rule. It's down to you, the creator, how you want an image to look. So if you found value or got value from this video, be sure to hit the like button. If there's anything I missed or anything that you'd like to add, be sure to comment below and I will get back to you there. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button. And guys, I will see you soon.